welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I wanted to answer a viewer email. And basically what they want to know is, Federico, what are the main differences between the Rolex Submariner and the Rolex GMT Master II, the modern iterations? And they want to know which one they should pick. Now, in honor of this video, I figured for the wrist check, I'd wear my Rolex 16610. This is not the modern iteration. This is the pre-ceramic Submariner, the one right before the modern one. And yeah, I don't wear this much. However, it's fun, and I thought it suited the purposes of this video just fine. So the Rolex Submariner and the GMT Master II. One of the two most iconic watches ever made. Arguably, the Submariner is the most iconic watch ever made. And they look very, very similar. I'll put some pictures right up here. As you can see, they've got the same, super body case, very similar dials, very similar bracelets, and the differences are actually quite subtle. But they are there. So, what are the differences, and what do I think you should wear every day as just a daily watch? So to start off, there's a difference in the movement. The Submariner uses the Rolex 3135 caliber, and the GMT Master II uses the Rolex 3186 caliber. There really isn't much of a difference apart from, and this is pretty obvious, the GMT Master II has a GMT function, and the 3135 in the Submariner is a time-only date movement. So, GMT, that's the main difference. Another pretty obvious difference, as you can see in the pictures, are the bezels. In the Submariner, it uses a dive bezel, usually meant to time things and count down dives. And in the GMT Master II bezel, we've got a 24-hour bezel, so you can track a second and even a third time zone. However, they're both the same black ceramic. The only thing that changes are the numerals. Another pretty obvious difference is in the bracelets. They both use the same oyster bracelet, but in the GMT Master II, it's got polished center links, and in the Submariner, it's all matte. Now, this gives the GMT Master II a little bit more flash, a little bit more dressiness, almost, and the Submariner, in contrast, looks a little toolier. Another difference in the bracelet is the Submariner uses something called the glide lock clasp. Now I'll show another picture right up here, and this can be adjusted for a wetsuit, whereas the GMT Master II uses a Rolex Easy Link. This is simply a 5mm adjustment that you can use to quickly adjust a bracelet size, but it's nowhere near as flexible and as versatile as the glide lock. Then another physical difference is the water resistance. Now the Submariner is a dive watch, and historically the GMT Master II is an aviation watch. However, they look very similar, and they both have Rolex's patented triple lock crown. But the Submariner is water resistant to 300 meters, and the GMT Master II only water resistant to 100 meters. However, 100 meters is still, more than enough to swim with, and realistically, diving to 300 meters, even though you don't really have to dive to a full 300 meters, it's 300 meters of atmospheric pressure, so just moving the watch actually creates atmospheric pressure, but we'll save that for another video. It's overkill, pretty much. But nonetheless, very nice to have. And then lastly, we need to talk about price/value. Now, the price of the GMT Master II and the Rolex are almost identical. I believe the price difference is $100, $150, the Submariner being slightly more expensive. But there is a significant difference in value, especially when it's time to sell or buy pre-owned. The Submariner, being the most iconic Rolex and by far the most popular, holds its value a little bit better than the GMT Master, especially when it comes time to sell. So even though the prices are very, very similar, investment-wise, if you guys want to look at it that way, and I don't suggest you do, but investment-wise, the Submariner, depreciates less or appreciates more, depending how long you have the watch. Now, I guess my personal opinion, what do I think? Well, I've owned both. I've owned Pepsi, GMT, and I own currently the non-ceramic sub. But, if you gave me, money today and I had to go out and buy one, which one would I pick? It's a pretty tough choice. They have a very similar look and they're both very, very cool. But you know what? If I'm an office guy, I got to go to the office every day, I work at a computer, I'm probably gonna go GMT Master II. And I'll tell you guys why. Firstly, I think you can get a better price on it. If you do a little negotiation, or if you buy pre-owned, you can get a significantly better price than a Submariner. Secondly, I think you get more for your money. You get a GMT function. Yes, the Submariner, you get the 300 meters water resistance, but not only me, most people will never take advantage of that. Whereas a GMT, and me being an avid traveler, I love that feature, and I think you get more for the money. And then, this is optional. It's really just my taste. I like the polished center links. I think that's really cool. It makes it stand out a little bit. But the one thing I would really miss from the sub is the glide lock clasp. I think that's genius. And if the GMT Master II had that feature, I might go far enough to say best bracelet watch ever to be made. But of course, it doesn't have that feature, unfortunately, but the Easy Link is easy enough to live with. But that's just my opinion, guys. What do you think? Do you agree with my points? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll also leave that link in the description below. I post cool watch pictures occasionally, and it's just another way to get some more content a little quicker if you don't have time to watch a video. And we're closing in on 10,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much, and I have an awesome giveaway planned for when we do hit 10,000. So stay tuned and keep hitting that subscribe button. Anyway, thank you so much for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.